I am a war veteran, and my capital is already almost $3 million. Here's how I did it. Hi, Reddit. I'm Alex, and I'm a war veteran from Afghanistan. During my service, I rose to the rank of colonel, spent 15 years in hotspots, and was almost never home. I only saw my wife and kids once a year. Sounds like a tough life story, right? But here's the cool part. I managed not only to survive, but also to build a capital of almost $3 million. How? Just sitting and waiting for someone to give me something. That's not my style. The first $150,000 I saved during service, but the real breakthrough started when I hired an investment manager. He helped me turn my savings into my first house, a 2-story one in the state of Illinois, in Wilmette. And that was just the beginning. So 2 years after I started investing with my manager, I bought my first house, a 2,700 square foot 2-story home in Wilmette, Illinois. It wasn't just a house, it was my first investment. I immediately rented it out and started receiving a steady passive income. You know, when you're fighting in hot zones, it's hard to even dream about that kind of stability. After that, I realized you don't have to wait for retirement or a lucky break. You can start building your future right now, and even if you're still in uniform and in the Army. That's how I started buying more houses and renting them out. Within a few years, I owned 5 of them. All of this. It's not just about money, it's about freedom. The freedom to make decisions and control your life. In parallel with my service, I kept buying real estate. Not randomly, but consciously investing the money I earned and saved. By the time my service ended, I already owned 5 houses that were generating steady income. Some might ask, how can you combine military service in hot zones with running a business? The answer is simple: discipline, planning, and the right people. I never did everything on my own. An investment manager, rental agents, reliable assistants. This allowed me to focus on service, knowing that the business was running. This strategy gave me the confidence that after the Army, I would have financial stability and a future. Colonel in the Army, real estate and stock investor. By the end of my service, I wasn't just buying houses, I had also invested a significant portion of my money into the stock market. My investment manager helped me balance my capital between real estate and stocks. It wasn't easy. I never imagined I'd become a businessman, but military discipline and responsibility helped me learn quickly and make the right decisions. By the time I retired, my capital was approaching $2.5 million. And I didn't stop there. When I retired, I was 38. On one hand, I left behind a service I loved and a team I had gone through countless challenges with. On the other, I gained a kind of freedom I had only dreamed about before. With around $2.5 million in capital and 5 rental properties under my belt, I started thinking bigger. The next goal was to buy my 15th house, and I was already on the way there. Now, I manage several real estate properties, continue investing in stocks, and constantly look for new opportunities. This story isn't about luck. It's about patience, discipline, and the understanding that even from a military life, you can build a successful business. Today, my capital is approaching $3 million. I'm a war veteran, and I managed to turn my military experience into a successful business. From the first $150,000 in savings to multiple houses and stable investments in stocks. But the most important thing, I no longer risk my life. Now my kids, my wife, my family and friends don't worry whether I'll come home. I live peacefully, happily, and I have everything I once only dreamed of. Security, freedom, and confidence in tomorrow. It's been a long journey, with mistakes, pain, and struggle. But every step was worth it. If you're in a tough situation right now, remember, opportunities exist even where you don't see them. Start small, learn, try, and don't be afraid to take risks because your story can be just as powerful. You just have to take the first step. I hope my Reddit post inspires you to change. You can do it.